I once saw a spy. She was brilliant, erratic, cursed, an anti-personnel mind in human form. Her friends called her Herschel, but for her controllers, she was Cascade.
Your name and your cryptonym. A dead limb twitches.
The abandoning kind. One by one, she watched her friends go out like distant lights. Portofino 91, the whole sick crew. A disaster untold, the black page in the official records.
The memory hums, an exposed wire.
Reports of how it went down remain contested, inconclusive. All that's certain, it began with a phone call and ended with 6 spies lost. Some say she blew the network herself. Others blame structural factors or transnational capital. The rest just shake their heads as they look down on the smashed and leaking world. She was recalled. They put her in the freezer. Forever, most thought. Even in those dark days, there were whispers among the lower sub-levels, where they keep the true believers. Don't count Cascade out. 5 years passed. A little more of the world leaked out of itself. Cascade's controllers ordered her back to Portofino. It wasn't your friends. It was me. There's a new assignment, Cascade. I was supposed to give you the brief. Right here, in an armchair in a safe house above a 24-hour photo shop in the city-state of Portofino. Right here, in an armchair in a safe house above a 24-hour photo shop in the city-state of Portofino. No one special, just an arm-like sac of cytoplasm, a special move unique to single-cell organisms. But before that, I was like you, a spy for the People's Republics. What? This is a dangerous place, Cascade. I should never have come. One that could really turn things around. For you.
This was the human game, and he played it poorly.
We're not. This is all you. Conversing with your own mental projections, reconciling the dissonance inherent to your role, like you were trained to do. Life is beautiful, cruel, full of hidden cues that I missed. Maybe next time. Don't blame yourself. Whatever happens has already happened.
Splayed on the chair before you is a man, approximately mid-30s. His chest rises and falls in steady rhythm as he stares beyond you, unblinking. Alive, yet not alive. A pair of headphones have slipped partway off his head, connected to a stereo system beside him. No response. His eyes are still fixed glassily on the ceiling. The pupils quiver like a failing heartbeat. You get no response, no flinch. As you stare down at him, the man begins to draw. Your fingers detect a low, steady hum where jaw meets neck, elevated but not critical. What that means about his deeper condition, you cannot say. When in theatre, an operant must always prepare to be assassinated. Of course, then the body is disobedient. The man's eyes glisten. Bright red veins blossom around their edges. There may be little opportunity. However he ended up like this, the result... Following the cord from the unconscious man through the translucent view panel, you don't recognize the artist. So is the disc, ready to spin. The chunky button makes a the plastic latch clicks into place, and the discus begins to turn. You know, the kitchen light hums and splinters. No sound. Amateur wire work. It doesn't appear an artifact of... Or do you? You can't tell. The static quiets as you... A brief inter... You remove the red disc. This small table has been turned in the operant bureau's elaborate filing system. You pick up the phone. The handset vibrates in your palm. Before you even finish speaking the word, the device connected to your phone base splits it into 256,000 encrypted fragments. Half a world away, a familiar voice.
Please tell me you have good news.
The voice of authority. Otherwise known as your controller. It's your double she's expecting. Let's not disappoint her.
Operant Cascade, you made it. Your voice hasn't changed.
Her voice is just as you remember.
We'll get to your problem in a moment. Puts you the pod on the line.
You glance over at the man in the chair. A snake. You feel your mind. It takes all your concentration.
What do you mean? Why not?
For a moment.
Has he been zeroed out?
Meaning eliminated, killed, rendered inoperant. Heavy words. Words that set machinery.
Very odd. Why would he be listening to a blank disc? He's one of the most steady hands we've got. What else? Are you implying that he succumbed to some kind of...
reactionary misadventure? Autoerotic obliteration. Tsunami of self-love.
I'm not reassured in the slightest. I'll ask one more time.
You must speak the word. She cannot make the determination once you say it. That
Cascade. Yes, you do. Right. I wonder which it is. Have our enemies blown us up already? Or is this just another day at the basement massage parlor of spy services?
she's wondering how long till she can have a drink. Shriek.
The opera's going to hang me by the toes. For you, it's back to Satellite Facility B.
AKA the freezer, where the freezer shiver.
Is that your way of telling me to
Gang taking heavy incoming.
Listen to me.
Over. Immediate.
The woman in the Photoshop downstairs, Constance.
Middle-aged woman, dark hair.
As for you,
The room remains. They won't be expecting you back in the... You've been out of action for 5 years. The opera, half a moment's hesitation. Then,
Where'd you get that idea?
not a denial. Proceed.
Believe what you want. It doesn't matter now. There should still be flights departing for Superblock territory tonight. It was no one, a ghost in the wire. The assignment...
A click, and the line... A pair of men's trousers. If pseudopod's pants were brown shape, the front and back pockets are completely empty. One of the many mysteries concerning men's trousers. As you turn away, a stray thought passes. They may never be worn again.
Easy, lady. I just want to develop some photographs. I'm not trying to take your innocence. You have a wild imagination. A little photo should not count as a crime. It's not like it's a loaded gun or something. Whoa, whoa. Caught in a pincer by the art police. Not a good day for pursuing my interests. What? Very well. Photo 24 can have this round. Thank you for this.
Granted, this is only pseudopods, this is all part of the work, but it gives me a rather unsettled feeling. I don't know whether that's intended to be reassuring. Oh, just one thing. I'm thrilled to hear.
Wrong. The sky is only 98% sky. The other 2% is used to cover up the fact that they replaced the moon 4 times. But they don't want you to know that. That's why they're coming for me. But not before I tell you the truth. I am Subcommandante Beckman, and this is the reality situation. No breaks, no filters, no cowards. This is a war, and I don't take orders from anyone, especially not reality. The moon is a projection beamed from the seafloor by machines so advanced, they look like rocks. I know about the Boers. I know about iodine. Laluse's invisible aircraft carriers, weaponized nostalgia, microbial microphones, lunar obfuscation programs. Find out what I know by tuning into the reality situation, airing until they shut us down.
Finally, someone with courtesy. Do you know when the night...
A handsome man shifts in place, glancing over his shoulder toward the tram lines. Suitcases surround him.
Strange. I thought I saw you get off that very tram just a few hours ago. What a curious occurrence. In any case, you're out of luck, as there won't be another for several hours yet. I did see a man like that some days ago, I think. Near the bazaar, in fact.
Our sleeping brother.
No, he was alone. Why do you ask? Privacy, sure. I'm waiting on the 9. I was told it was having some problems. But it's supposed to be in service any day now. I was told it's supposed to be in service any day now. That was a week ago.
Enough time to grow accustomed to new surroundings and stuff.
I agree. But I would appreciate it. Thank you. I'll be here.
Tram approaching. Tram to RTLA. Approaching. Tram departing. Tram to RTLA. Departing. Please ensure you have a valid ticket for your entire journey. If you do not have a valid ticket, you will not be traveling on the tram today.
Raindrops collect on the wreckage. You can still make out the lower half. Sniff. Get the smells. Frying it's all flat. Wrong. Your special asset. Said Pseudopod had gone to interview the vendors. He must have left some impression for you to pick up. You also have the red disc from the stereo system. You could seek out a media vendor to assess it.
Excuse me. Can you take a look at this? Have you seen him before? Have you? Mi viejo, my dad. He's been missing a few days. He's not around, and I can't find him anywhere. He probably just started walking and got lost. Old people do that kind of thing. He's kind of forgetful sometimes. Not a lot, but I'm just worried. I told him watching too much TV was making him crazy. Bagman. Yes, that was it. After Dad retired, his friend Gilmar turned him onto the reality situation. They got obsessed, had them convinced they were truth detectives. Which apparently means someone who goes around looking for evidence of invisible aircraft carriers and iodine-deficient children. Dad and Gilmar were always following up on leads and calling into the show. Felt like Bagman was encouraging them, you know? Oh, so you're like into that too? Maybe you'll get this then. My dad developed this insane theory about the payphone to the western exit of the bazaar. Dad thought certain words said into the right phone gets your attention from the wrong people. He was convinced Enter was behind it all. Bagman did an episode on them, and so Gilmar started following random people thinking they were from the bank. Not long after, he roped my guys in expensive business suits usually. Foreign accents, verbally abusive, and tight with their money. Except when it comes to treating a client. Normal rich guy stuff. Hitting up the bars and shouting abuse at the local drunks. And then they disappeared into penthouses where they couldn't be followed. Yeah, that's what mi viejo thought. He went home, but Gilmar stayed out. And then he called my dad around 2 in the morning. He'd overheard something and was explaining it when the call just cut off. My dad went by his house the next day, but Gilmar wasn't there. I asked my dad if the phone call was a nightmare or if he forgot Gilmar was going on a trip. I thought maybe the show was getting into his head, you know? Dad really believed it, though. He looked for him for 2 weeks, reported him missing to the GMs. Nothing. A couple days ago, he stopped by the stall to bring me lunch. Then he said he was going to make a call. I wasn't nervous at first. I figured there was no risk of anything actually happening. Yeah. It's just crazy old man shit. He probably just wandered off. They seem pretty random. Cousins, moon, reunion. On their own, sure. Together? Gibberish. I guess. When he tried to tell me, I wasn't really paying attention to him. He had those written down on a pad in his bedroom. He told me not to say them if I used the phone. It all sounded so silly. Yeah, thanks for humoring me. Don't pay too much attention to it. Yeah. You want a wig? I hear they... Thanks for stopping by.
With awkward reverence, you're a spectacle of porphyrian humanity, the steps worn with years of its visitors' hope and grief. You adjust your position and gather the appropriate reverence. The audience of framed strangers watches you in silence. A prayer of interference. For the gambler palming a final chip. For the veteran lacing up boots cracked at the heels. For the fool, the words hang in the air, brittle as glass. The strangers do not blink. 100 forgotten faces, frozen in time. A crack of moonlight cuts across the shrine, the shadows bending unnaturally. Your words are gone as they are uttered, couriered upwards on the air's invisible wires. A collection of cheap plastic photo frames, haphazardly arranged on a red checkered tablecloth. Each heavy with significance, all of it lost on you. Between them lie offerings and totems, a necklace, some out-of-circulation coins, prayers flit amongst the offerings, answered or ignored. Who knows? Ink stains and knife scratches adorn the shrine, jagged words cast toward the flickering skies. In your guiding, we learn. The Ouroboros Black, an imported brand, as soon as you pick. Outslide a few staple pages. Paper ages quickly. Rite of passage. It's an exit visa. Permission. You refold the pages. The light around you is dim. An assortment of cargo crates sits in waiting, adorned with faint machine-printed a shipment with last. A maze of hastily drawn letters and numbers stand. One of them has been slit open. Even worse. Around you, dock workers move. The paper feels luxurious under your fingers and sticks to you like pleasant. The man gives no indication of registering your presence as you approach. His mirrored sunglasses are turned upwards. Orange and blue feathers.
Canned beverages are lined up like brightly coloured soldiers, neatly regimented behind coiled springs.
The refreshments remain. A film of water, grease and rust gives the machine a scaled quality.
Designed and built in Portofino.
You scan up and down the docks for machinery but find none. The crane may lift in cold, rough, seabirds.
The man doesn't react or turn as you approach, your feet echoing off the high metal.
You've come a long way. Fortunately, the view just about compensates. I'm being punished. My employer has placed me in an impossible position. I'm a safety inspector, watching the lines. As you might have noticed, this pylon is under construction, technically. It's my role to ensure the lines and pylons are all built according to code. And this line, line 9, will never be finished. Where to start? This pylon's angle deviated more than expected as the concrete set. Hazardous near water. Shouldn't have skimped on materials. Then there are the clearance issues. The party alley rooftops are higher than the building department's official records. I'm the safety inspector on this segment. Construction can't proceed without my approval. Approval I cannot. Since the last round of enter stabilization, they've been trying to force us lifers out. We can't be. I have two options. I could falsify my reports and declare Line 9 safe for construction anyway, or I could quit. Either way, the company can't lose. It's exquisite, really. A perfect stability resulting from opposing tensions. As an engineer, I can only admire it. Of course, I'm also a man. Fortunately, this spot lends itself to reflection. Contemplating my punishment helped me see how to live with it. That's a shame. You'll be in the perfect place to ponder your problems. and maybe alleviate them. But you know, the view's not mine, just in case.
Whatever thoughts you try to summon are carried away by the wind whistling through the metal. The pylon man offers a simple shrug.
I'm a structural engineer. I believe in stability. Human existence all... Such is the price. There's entropy in all systems.
Some questions don't require thought, but the opposite. Quiet the conscious mind and the answer comes naturally. There's no meaning apart from what you think and experience. Not many are able to perceive the nature of things so clearly. The pylon man turns his head ever so slightly.
A friend of yours? Oh, all right. Quite a formal-looking man, yes? He had a conversation. You're welcome.
The gate is bound to the pole by... You push the gate. We're gonna need tools for this. Rust speckles your finger. A system compromised at the... The gate is bound to the pole, but rust speckles your... A system compromise. The fire exit stands conspicuous. Wrong. Ball wants to play. Nobody is paying any particular... Suspiciously non... They're just going about their days. It's a polota. Polotables are not designed for you. An affront to workers' safety. It's just a ball. A shortcut. The tableaus...